Canister filters are viewed as the best filters that you can get for an aquarium because they provide so much in the way of gallons per hour filtration, but they come at a cost. FX6, which is like a standard canister filter that goes on like a 75 or 125 gallon tank, and it'll run you $250 plus. Bigger tanks that you get, even more expensive. But you can make your own canister filter out of something as simple as a 5-gallon bucket, and you can do it for under $100, saving you money, and this filter can be even more powerful than an FX6. So it can go on much bigger tanks than even 125 gallons for half the cost of what you would pay for a filter at a store. So for the actual filter, you're going to need a few things. First and most important is, of course, a bucket. This is just a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket, costs a couple of bucks at Home Depot, and the lid. It is very important that you have a seal on the lid. You've got like a rubber seal that will keep the bucket from leaking. You'll also need some PVC and stuff like that, or pond tubing. I'm using both in this. And then you'll also need like a seal. I'm using this thing's called uniseals, which will seal, like they're rubber seals that will seal better than using like a PVC seal, but you can use that as well. So the first thing that we've got to do is drill this bucket with an entrance and an exit, so an input and an output. The input we are going to put in this lid, basically right through the middle, and the output we are going to put somewhere on the side of the bucket, about an inch or two, a couple inches right off the bottom. And for that, I'm going to use just a circular drill bit. These are pretty cheap. I got this one for 10 bucks off of Amazon. And then you're just going to hook it up to a regular drill and drill. Now we're going to apply our uniseals. And the reason I'm using the uniseals is, especially on these curved buckets, is because the rubber will shape to the curvature of the bucket and create a waterproof seal, as opposed to using a PVC seal, which would not shape to the curvature and it is liable to leak. Alrighty, so there we go. Both uniseals are now attached. There's that one and there's that one. So both are hooked in. Yeah, so you can see how it, kind of curves to the bucket. So it creates a seal even on the curved surface, so it's easier to make this watertight. Just want to show you, you can see it's about an inch through the uniseal, and then we're going to cut it up here about an inch, so it's about a 2-inch piece or so. Alrighty, so now we've got both of our PVCs hooked up. I didn't really want to show you guys cutting, because that was kind of boring, but cut down these couple of pieces to size. And so the next step is going to be down in the outflow, and it's going to involve some of these and some PVC glue, some of these elbows, and we're going to hook up so an elbow to make it go up, and then take some more PVC, which we're going to hook into the elbow. And this you're going to want to just measure to know how tall this needs to be to hook up to the tank or stock tank or pond or whatever you are using. Now the next thing we've got to do is we've got to glue our PVC into place. And this will definitely help prevent leaks. And we're just going to use some PVC glue and a brush, and we're going to glue all the PVC that we need to glue together. I mean, it will probably stay like this, just like this, but we want to make sure that it does actually stay and reinforce it with the PVC glue. Alrighty, and so the way we're going to do this is I'm going to take our piece of PVC, take our PVC glue, coat it in glue, and then do the same thing to the inside here. And then you're going to push together and then leave it to cure. And now we're just going to repeat this process for all of our PVC fittings. And now we're going to leave these pieces to dry and then come back in a couple hours and finally assemble this thing, get it going. Alrighty, so now that we've got everything glued and the glue has since dried, now it is time to turn to our filter media, what we're actually going to be putting in the filter to filter the or your tank or pond. And we're going to be using two different types of media. For mechanical filtration, I'm going to be using these like foam filter sheets that you can just buy for any kind of filter. And then for biological filtration, I'm going to be using lava rock. Lava rock is excellent at biological filtration because it is so unbelievably porous. It provides a wonderful surface for beneficial bacteria to grow, and it's one of the best biological filtration methods you can have. And it is also ridiculously cheap. Like this big bag here cost me $6 at the hardware store. Alrighty, now I've got all three sheets cut out. So I've got the blue sheet here is a very coarse sheet. The green sheet is kind of like a middle sheet. And the black sheet is a very fine sheet. So this will filter out all kinds of particles and provide our mechanical filtration. So it's several inches thick, and that will go on top. And then the lava rock we will pour in on the bottom. I've also gotten the outlet set up. And then on top of the lava rock, we are going to put our filter pads. Just like that, and we've got a completed filter. And now we can set it up in our final location. So I've got this big stock tank that I'm going to be using to quarantine some fish, hence why I built this. But that's where it's going to sit, right next to this stock tank. So now we're going to hook up our pump that's going to make this all be able to run. And the pump that I'm going to be using is this pump that Higer sent me. It is their Higer cuboid DC water pump. I unboxed this in a video about a month or so back, but this is what I'm going to be using. It's got adjustable flow and all this good stuff. So now I'm going to set it up and get this all connected. And it's got this nice grate here, so no particles go in and jam up the filter, which is great. Alrighty, now that is all assembled, and I forgot to mention, for our inlet, we are going to be using this 3/4 inch pond tubing. I debated between this pond tubing and PVC, and I ultimately decided that it would be easier just to run pond tubing. Alrighty, so I got the filter all set up. Everything's running well. As you can see, it's filtering. I did have to get some pavers and set it up so that the pipe is not at such a high angle because it was just not strong enough to push water through unless it was angled down like this because of the way the pipe or the pump was. If I had a pump on the outside that was attached to the output and pulling water through the filter, I would have been able to have the filter on the ground. But because I don't, because of the pump that I have that has to go in the water and go and flow through the filter this way, I had to put it up on some pavers. That's just something to keep in mind. If you are using a pump that goes in the water, you will have to have your filter elevated. If you want the filter right on the ground, you will need a pump that can go out of the water, and then you will hook it directly to the outflow. This is just a great filter. It's cheap. I mean, I spent, I think, a total of about $25 or $25 probably on PVC, on glue, on the bucket, on rocks, on everything. Here cost me $25 plus the pump, which will run you $70 or so. So it's under $100 that you can build a 5-gallon bucket sized filter, which is the size of about an FX6, which is $300. So you're basically spending you can spend a third of the cost to build something yourself. And this was very, very simple. I was actually amazed at how easy it was to build. I was expecting a multi-day project, and I was able to knock this out in about 2 hours. But hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I will see you all in the next one.